We just got a few minutes left with Manny Badillo. Then we've got the legend fighting the New World Order. G. Edward Griffin joining us for the balance of the hour, and the folks that have been holding, you're going to talk to Griffin. So we saved the best for last. You get to hold, but get to talk to him. We all want to hear from everybody and appreciate folks that I meant to get the calls earlier in the hour. I was just covering all the eugenics news, never got around to some of those calls. Going back to Manny Badillo. Okay, so you're in this meeting. Tell us where it was, what was happening. You're writing an article for Infowars.com. We're going to get very, very soon. Just make sure I don't miss that when it comes. In fact, ballpark, when are we getting that article so we can post it, Manny?
You're going to be getting that within the next couple of days. I'm still waiting to hear back from some of the prosecution team that asked me to email them about this evidence, which could very easily be found by simple Internet searches.
Well, they always say that. We didn't know that bin Laden had been CIA. It's just BBC, AP, Reuters. But we didn't know NORAD stood down that day, and there were drills of hijacked jets flying into the buildings. But all that aside, where were you? You got invited. What else did you ask them? Because you told us in the end they were telling you, shut up.
Yeah, essentially they were saying, listen, where did you get that from? You email us. That's it. It comes down to this. I brought up the fact that the case that the family members brought all the way to the Supreme Court that the Supreme Court refused to listen to as of last week. 7,000 family members with the evidence against Saudi Arabia. I asked them if they were going to, how strong of a case they would have had if they had that evidence. I also said to them 70% of our questions were never answered during the commission. Is this going to be another sham trial that the family members then have to go through and then expect to have some sort of justice? And I said to them this, I said, does anybody here really feel that it was only 5 people that did this? Silence. Alex, there had to be at least 4 or 5 times of silence, and that's why it's so important that the mission of nyccan.org is accomplished.
Exactly, but and we'll have you back on about that, but I want to continue in the limited time with this. Because talking to you over the phone, my producer said that you also said that at one point they just said, look, be quiet, shut up. We've heard enough from you. Where did you hear this information?
Exactly. They were asking me where it came from. I was telling them this is AP, Reuters source. I was telling them this comes from intelligence agencies. The Indian Intelligence Agency actually spoke about...
Did you tell them about Springman, the head of the visa in Saudi Arabia, and he's being told, let Ada and them in, they're CIA?
That I didn't have an opportunity to, but this is something else that I can continue to correspond with them on. I'm going to tell you something.
I mean, this is on record that the hijackers were all trained at U.S. military bases in super high clearance. That's AP. I mean, this is a fact. I mean, that the embassies wouldn't let them in, and they'd say, let them in. These are high-level operatives. Yes, sir. I mean, case closed. They did it. It's over.
And case closed this. I actually, and I commented a few times to a few of my close friends about how that the next night I was on a conference call with Candace Gorman. She is one of the defendants of 3 of the people that are being accused during the sham 9/11 trial that's taking place starting this week down in Guantanamo. So I listened to her conference call. I had an opportunity to ask questions there, and I said, what type of facts is the government bringing up, and how do you feel you can successfully defend them? She goes, I know I can defend them because there are no facts they're bringing up. It's all hearsay. So, I thought about this, Alex. I was one of maybe 6 billion people in the world that got to hear both the prosecution side, the defense side, and the week before going to trial, with the exception of our clandestine intelligence agencies, I got to understand a hell of a lot more about how this is going to take place. This is going to be something that the media is going to report on here and there because they don't want us to critically think about what happened.
It's going to be a total kangaroo. You also told us that they admitted they have no evidence, but Obama admits that. He says they may be found not guilty, but we're still going to keep them. I mean, that's freedom.
Well, this is what happens. We have the Military Commissions Act. We have the Patriot Act. We have all these different acts which are constantly suffocating Americans' rights and the Constitution. What are we going to do about it? Are we going to stand up and do something about it like you, myself, and so many others are doing? Or are we going to sit back and say, okay, let them do this? No.
Manny Badillo, you are a badass for freedom. I know you got some secret stuff you can't talk about right now, but we'll have you on next week or at the end of the week. After that big announcement happens, keep it up. You're going to bring the murderers to justice. We're right beside you and right behind you. Go with God. Vaya con Dios.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
There goes Manny Badillo, folks. We'll be right back with G. Edward Griffin. Don't want to miss that. Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home. finding a realtor and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to homegain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to homegain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange Home Gain Gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's homegain.com, HOMEGAIN.com. Check them out today.